Meanwhile, here on the Burns and Gambo show, Gambo is eyeing that cake. He's eyeing.
I went to Nothing Bundt Cake today.
The one for Lauren.
And we got a red velvet cake for Lauren. Now, here's the thing. I'm not Nothing Bundt Cake, right? And so it's a great cake. It's a great cake.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm sitting there. I'm in line. Like, I'm next in line. I'm like, chocolate chip, red velvet. They got like a s'mores cake now, too, there. I didn't get that one. Got like a lemon. So I'm like, do I go with the chocolate chip or I go with the red velvet? I'm 100% I'm going chocolate chip. I text Birdsey. I go, what do you think she would like? Chocolate chip or like red velvet? I'm literally, I order.
I threw a dart blindfolded.
So I order. I go, I'll take the chocolate chip. And then 2 seconds later, Birdsey's like, red velvet. I'm like, can I change that to red velvet? Absolutely. I changed it to red velvet. I come in, I ask Lauren, which would you rather have, chocolate chip or red velvet? She goes, red velvet. Birdsey knew.
I guessed. It was just a guess. It was just a guess. But either way, we're all happy because we get red velvet.
Right. I would have got what I wanted. I'm looking at it like, I think I'd probably rather have the chocolate chip.
Lauren, would you have been happy if Gambo came here with what he wanted? Would you have been okay with a chocolate chip Nothing Bundt Cake? Just asking, curious.
I don't think they sell cannoli cake at Nothing Bundt Cakes.
Right. Think about how much their business would boom and skyrocket if they did.
Yeah. So red velvet for everybody on the show. And that includes you, Big Red. Big Red Velvet in there.
I don't know if I
Big Red with a piece of red velvet.
You don't know if they'll like that new nickname for our intern Connor, Big Red Velvet, in there, the other side of the glass. We'll update everybody coming up in about 10 minutes on what's going on with the Diamondbacks and the news that Troy Lavello dropped on us at the end of our interview. Gabriel Moreno, a broken bone in his finger. He's going to be out a while. AJ Puck with surgery on his elbow. He's officially out for the season.
He had and I can tell you because I did some phone calls after we got off. He did have Tommy John surgery using the brace procedure.
Okay.
So
we'll explain the difference coming up at 3:15.
Yes.
It's a little bit of a quicker return.
So he had Tommy John surgery. He is out for the season.
But he's out for the season.
Yes.
Yeah, it's done. Jake Fisher, NBA insider from yesterday, says for him, he's feeling Miami for Kevin Durant.
That's not with like direct source to say the Heat are the leading contenders. I just think when all is said and done, when you look at this whole landscape, if you're trying to triangulate what the most likely outcome is, Golden State didn't seem to be Jimmy Butler's home at first, but you started to read the tea leaves and figure out, well, if Phoenix can't do this, if this team can't do that, maybe Golden State and Jimmy Butler are going to need each other. I think at the end of the day, right now, that's my best educated guess as to what the outcome is going to be for Kevin Durant. I think Miami still has the pieces and the willingness and are a team that KD would want to go to that could ultimately rule out and win this landscape and this sweepstakes for Kevin Durant.
Brett Siegel, who is from Clutch Points, he was a guest on Wolf and Luke today. And he wrote a big story about the Rockets and the Spurs and the Timberwolves and the Heat today for ClutchPoints.com. Also wrote in that article, it is the Heat that league personnel are signaling as the team with a better chance at a deal, although the two sides are not right at the finish line yet. One player can get them there. He reports that player is kel'el Ware, the rookie standout, Miami's front court, 7'4" wingspan, two-way potential, et cetera, et cetera. He'd be a second-year player. He writes, if the Heat include Ware in a revamped package to what they've already offered, talks with the Suns will reach a whole new level as he is the player Phoenix wants in discussions with Miami. Where are you on the top rope from this one, Gambo?
Yeah, I don't like Wiggins. I don't know exactly what the Miami offer is, so it's harder for me to comment on Miami than I can for like Rockets, Spurs, Timberwolves. I'll try to find out. But I'm not I don't want Wiggins. I am not an Andrew Wiggins fan.
I'm not a huge Andrew Wiggins fan either, to be honest with you.
For me, that's not the thing. I think kel'el Ware is a young kid. He is a talented player. He's young. Again, I'm not the biggest fan based on what I've seen out of him so far. I think he's young. He's a little soft, but he does have skill. He does have length. He does have shooting touch. There's a lot of upside there because of how young he is. Miami was trying to play him about 20 minutes a game. I don't know that right now he's the type of guy that helps you win basketball games if you got to play a major minutes. But again, that's not the point. The point is, can he develop into something and be a good player in 2 or 3 years? There is the ability that he could develop into something because he's so young. But I think from what I've seen out of him, like he's okay. Like he's got some potential there. There is a ceiling there that clearly hasn't been hit yet for him, and he's probably got a long way to go to get there. So for that, it might be worth rolling the dice on
I
that.
agree with so much of what you said there, and you saw me react to what you said about.
I know what you were going to say.
Because you know exactly what I'm going to say. That I just don't think win now players should be the priority of this exercise. I don't. I don't think winning now should be the priority of this exercise, which is why I'm intrigued by kel'el Ware. He was the 15th pick in the draft a year ago. He's a big dude, 7 feet tall, 7'4" wingspan.
Huge.
And I feel like it's a little and I know what you're saying. You're only responding to what you watch and what people around the league are telling you. I get it. But I don't know if it's fair to label a player a certain way after just 1 year. He's a kid. He's 20 years old, right? Like I think there's a lot of room for physical growth and quite honestly for emotional growth for him to be a better, tougher player in this league. You know me. We've had a lot of conversations about this. I'm way more intrigued with the younger talent than I am with the older, more established guys because I don't think that's what this should be about for the Phoenix Suns. And so for me, I'm suddenly a little interested in this Miami thing. Now, draft compensation, what they have to offer, what else they'd have to put in the deal to make the numbers work. I don't like Andrew Wiggins. Man, I'm 100% with you on that one.
I don't want Wiggins.
I don't, but you're probably going to have to take him to make the money
Don't
work.
like him at all. Soft. Not has had one really good year in 9 years. Really goes against everything they're trying to build culture-wise. The knock on him, the knock on Andrew Wiggins is he doesn't compete hard. He doesn't play hard. I don't want Andrew Wiggins. I don't want to bring back a player like that. I've got that guy. I got him on Bradley Beal. I got guy. I want players that are going to play hard. They're talking about culture. It goes against everything they're saying if you go bring Andrew Wiggins here.
Yeah.
Like maybe you take Andrew Wiggins because you really like Ware, and that's the only way you're going to get him. I guess I kind of get it, but man, I'm just not a Wiggins fan.
What's interesting about Miami to me is that where they're a little different from the other teams. San Antonio hasn't been super aggressive in pursuing him. The Rockets very much seem to be taking this kind of, we know you're desperate to get rid of him, so here's their offer, and let's watch and see as you fold. The Minnesota Timberwolves are still waiting to see whether Kevin Durant actually wants to go there. I think Miami's in its own little category because Pat Riley, who, let's be honest, probably has a little egg on his face from the Jimmy Butler thing and how that thing went down the last year or so, has always wanted Kevin Durant on his team. He has coveted Kevin Durant for years, and now he's got a chance to go get him. The problem is there just isn't a lot to love on Miami's roster. We've said that time and time again. There's just not a lot there that excites you if you're Suns. kel'el Ware is kind of the one guy, at least for some of us, you look at and go, well, at least there's upside. At least there's potential. At least there's... So Miami's that one team because of Pat Riley and their coveting of him that maybe puts them, I don't know if I want to say in the lead. I have no idea who's in the lead at this point. But it makes them a little bit more interesting because it gives them that motivation to get this done.
So they've got a first-round pick in 26 and then a second-round pick in 26. They have a first-rounder in 28, 29, and 30. Could you get one of those?
Where are they picking? Are they picking 20 this year? Where are they picking this year? NBA draft 2025 order. I think they're picking 20th, but let me see.
25 was traded to Oklahoma City, but it's protected 1 through 14, so they get the pick back.
They've got 20 from Golden State. Yeah, so they've got the 20th pick in the draft from Golden State. So is that, the Suns, they get that. That would put them with 2 picks in the top 30. Do they want
2 in
that?
the 20s.
Yeah, 2 in the 20s. What kind of impact player are you going to get there?
I'd rather have a a future first from Miami.
I probably
give me
would
28, 29, 30. Give me something unprotected. When KD may not be playing.
And they're looking at it like Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo and Kevin Durant, Eastern Conference that doesn't offer a lot.
Yeah.
Can you be competitive with that? Something else Siegel wrote real quick, and I don't know whether this is accurate or not, but I just want to tell you that he wrote, anything can happen over the upcoming weekend when the Suns are expected to receive final offers from teams bidding on Durant. That was the exact wordage.
Say it again.
Anything can happen over the upcoming weekend when the Suns are expected to receive final offers from teams bidding on Durant. He writes, the Heat have an obvious path to making a trade, but so do the Rockets and Spurs if they increase their proposal as well. And then he writes about Toronto. So he's suggesting through his writing, again, he was on Wolf and Luke today too, the Suns are expected to receive final offers from teams bidding on Durant this weekend. I don't know if that's accurate
Close
or
up
not.
shop.
That's
There
what
it
he's
is. Give me your
reporting.
best offer.
Best
Take it or leave
offer
it.
right now.
Yeah, that's a great way to not play this out any longer. Like, look, we're going to make a decision. Like, do you want him or do you not want him?
Right.
You know? I think if Minnesota would be willing to take him, not knowing if they could keep him, I think that they could present the best offer. If Minnesota's unwilling to give up so Minnesota's a package, it may be, and they may feel like I'll give up this package and I'll have Durant for 3 years. Maybe the package for 1 year is less. I don't know that. But if Minnesota is willing to take Kevin Durant, not knowing if he'll resign with them, I think that they could present a really good offer,
Yeah.
If it's not Minnesota, then it's probably either Houston or Miami.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.